Howdy, how you doing? I'm going back through comments to see ones that I missed. It's so easy to miss things with traffic, and sometimes there's important stuff. And plus, I do like to acknowledge your comments and what you say and see what's going on. In the past, I've been quite tolerant of the trolls. Every now and then, one of them will get me irate, but I usually leave their comments up. That's been my way of doing things, because their comments say more about the org to an outsider than anything I can say, because anyone looking usually can see the inhumanity and the absurdity of what they're saying. But of late, with my own personal events, I can't cope with them. I just can't be bothered with them, So a lot are getting blocked and banned, and that's tough. You're not allowed to come into my home and spout your filth. So I'm not going to necessarily allow your filth on my channel, okay? Plain nicely, and you might be allowed. So I've come across yet another one. Now, this isn't the worst example, but there's some typical characteristics to note of a J-dub troll, of the genus known as the J-dub troll. So this was under, it must have been a couple of weeks ago. I don't know, the front page of the Irish national newspaper that talked about avoidjw.org, about how the watchtower had been chasing him with far more energy than they go chased. Oh, look, there's a pederast. Let's stop him going on the doors. Chase. Let's get everything sorted and keep our kids safe. Chase. No. You've got to put your energies where they might affect your income. Meow. So it's I didn't write the newspaper article, did I? No. Okay, I didn't make all this up. I mean, I wasn't even alive when all this rubbish started off. But you guys who were talking out of it, it's all your fault. It's my fault. All this. No, Watchtower didn't do this at all. So let's have a look at that particular brand of humanity known as the J-dub apologist. So here we have Donald V. V sign is not necessarily, it's like worldwide, but I know UK V sign doesn't particularly mean victory. So he's not the worst example, but I can't be bothered. So what is this darling said? GW suicides claims that. What voice shall we give him? I don't. Maybe one will come to me as we go along. So anyway, this is supposed to be my voice. Okay, so this is me talking. The watchtower, that's me, is coming down hard to stop their shameful child abuse secrets being revealed. Did I say anything that was not true there? Oh, I don't know. I don't think I did. But anyway, he says, now bear in mind that the whole topic is child abuse. Okay? This is outrageously laughable. That well-known laugh, let's laugh topic. See, I'm already riled now. I mean, let's handle the subject with sensitivity, Donald V, not for victory. So anyway, Jehovah's Witnesses, I've heard of them, have the lowest per capita incidence of child molestation of any religious organisation on the earth. Really? Did anyone see any evidence for that? Where did he get that from? Do we know? Like, you just say that, oh, well, Donald, V not for victory. I'm just going to take your word for it, lad. Dearie me. Also, so I've got to find a voice for him. The majority of any incidences, I think he should be sort of, snotty English. You can't get, when an English person's snotty, upper class English, you can't get any snottier. So, yeah. Also, the majority of any incidences of child molestation that do occur within the organisation, I went French there because I summer in Saint-Tropez every year, occur because of the following reasons. That's a really bad accent, but it still suits him. So he's going to tell us why. So he's admitting there is child molestation. But these are the reasons. Now this is going to tickle you, not. Going back to the mid-1980s, there were only about 1 million Jehovah's Witnesses worldwide. Now there are around 8.5 million Jehovah's Witnesses worldwide. Really? That's an increase of over 800%, which is huge. But where did they all come from? This is worrying me out. They came from organisations like whichever one it is that you belong to. Me? Now notice he uses the word organisations, because any group of people affiliated for good or religion or faith or anything what, it's always got to be an organisation, because that's how J-dubs are trained. Organisation. Jesus went around all the time going, get yourselves an organisation, chaps. Pharisees, yep, I know you've got a name and stuff, but no, you're not a proper organisation. So anyway, what do I belong to? Which one of it? Now, I belong to Catholics, used to no. Protestants, no. Jews, no. Orthodox, no. Hindu, no. Buddhist, no. Evolutionists, no. Atheists, no. Born-agains, no. Etc's, no. So I don't know. So apparently it's my fault personally, but I don't know. Sadly, some of them brought bad thoughts, and we know that thought crime is very, very naughty in the J-dubs. Bad thoughts and traits along with them that they originally learned while part of your false religious organisations. Mine again. Mine. I don't know. Am I the Pope suddenly? Call me Mrs. Pope. They're all mine, all these. I'm the Dalai Lama. Oh, I am busy. I'm very busy. You'll have seen me in my Pope-mobile anyway. And either never completely put those false traits or thoughts away, or allowed themselves through sources like the internet, which was very prevalent in the mid-80s, to be tempted and drawn back to their former course of conduct when they were part of your false religious organisations. And I do apologise, I frightened off my cat, the one you've become very fond of lately. So, what a tit, really. So, can you see that it couldn't possibly come from some perverama? Don't matter that people who are born into the cult and brought up in it become perveramas. No, it's outside, apparently from my religious organisations. Flipping heck. So on the people that go to Bethel, we've got the Pillargate videos. They all come from Catholicism and everything, and they've got to be told not to have lap dancers do their doodly wooglies on their laps. Wait. I've got to tell you this, right? My mum, you know what mums are like. She said to me, oh, they got these things now. And they're called laptop dancers. You gotta love them now. So anyway, back to the subject. Oh, love, right. So anyway, I released these pervs into their clean kingdom halls. So anyway, so he's off still. So, what have any of your false religious organisations, including your own, my own, I don't have one. For goodness sake, he's obsessed. And listen, you see, if we're looking at the J-dub troll traits, okay, they presume. I mean, they're like presumerama. They're like wall-to-wall presuming. What's up with them? That's like unbiblical, man. You can't be doing that. I mean, there's no two witnesses to his presuming about all this rubbish, is there? So anyway, let's look at my own, whichever one it is. So what have the false religious organisations, whether Catholic, Protestant, Jewish, Orthodox, etc., done to attempt to eliminate the problem of child sexual abuse? Nothing. That's what you've done. Oh, don't put it on me, mate. I ain't been doing no roody-doodies with kids, or thwacking them, or chucking them around rooms, and... Don't you dare. That's a flipping damn lie. Like, he provides no proof. Look at the blooming Australian Royal Commission thing is. I mean, Uniting Church have apologised. Even the Catholics have apologised to a certain degree. They've got a hell of a lot more to do. And they didn't disfellowship the damn victims. So that and so they couldn't talk to their families ever again. I didn't see the Catholics doing that, and goodness knows they go off on one. I don't know what the Jewish Orthodox, apparently they're mine, but I've no idea what they do. I didn't even know they were mine. Gotta keep up. So they've actually done a damn sight more. How many of those were brought back for a second round after 2015? How many of those were brought back in 2017 because they'd been so rubbish in 2015 and they hadn't implemented? Not many of them. Blooming J-dubs were. And Jeffrey Jackson and the rest were too cowardly to turn up that time. Blooming cowards. Nothing, that's what you've done, you little lying turd. Donald, you're a lying turd. V for non-victory and child sexual abuse among all of these aforementioned organisations is rampant. He puts in capitals. You're a turd, boy. You're a turd. That's very, very unevolved of me. That will upset him if I say unevolved. I mean in a human developmental way. I don't mean that I'm turning into some other creature. Okay, don't get upset, Donald. What have you? Oh, where's he gone? Oh, he's gone. Oh, I knew that was too good to be true. So where have we gone now? What have Jehovah's Witnesses done? Well, everyone knows that prevention is worth an ounce of cure, and that proper education can result in prevention. And that is why we tell people not to rub their bits on their pillows. Oh, no, he didn't put that bit. As part of that education, Jehovah's Witnesses worldwide are regularly reminded about the dangers of pornography on the internet, both at our weekly meetings and at conventions and assemblies. And what you fail to mention, mate, when you're giving all these detailed talks about what's in pornography and what people do with their bits and bobs while they're pornographying away, is that little teetly widdly children are listening to that. And that is not right. That is abuse in itself. Children should know about these things when it is age appropriate for them. They shouldn't be sat there, be laid there from a baby and growing up hearing about it all. No. So downward behave yourself, you... The WBTS also puts up several articles per year in their publications. Well, that's going to be hard, seeing as they're only bringing out, what, what, as postage stamps worth of a magazine. I mean, how much and they're going to keep repeating those, I think. So that's all rubbish. So you're not even up to date with your own flipping publishing corporation, you nana brain. All over the world, as well as on the internet at jw. Oh, sorry. In over 700 different languages. Well, I mean, the fact that something's in 700 different languages, that's really gonna, that really means that, they're protecting kids. Rubbish. I've seen your flipping magazines. What a load of flipping rubbish it is about them. That provide tips not just to Jehovah's Witnesses, but also to the general public, and to both parents as well as children, on how to prevent child sexual abuse, how to deal with a child who's been abused. We all know how you goddamn do that. You don't need medical treatment. Oh, you don't need psychological treatment. Don't tell anyone. Bring reproach on Jehovah's name. Bastards. How and where to go to the proper authorities if child sexual abuse occurs, etc. Oh, you lying turd. I answer that bit later. So I've got red spots before my eyes now. Flipping 8 liars. In effect, the Watchtower Bible and Urinary Tract Society spends a great deal of time and effort. Oh, it must be terrible putting in so much effort. Do you know what? The rest of us put in time and effort, and we don't mention it like time and effort, because it has to be done, and we do it. And it's not putting in time and effort. We do it, and we do it straight on, and we don't have people bunging flipping Rolex watches on our wrists in return. And we don't get threatened with being shunned by the congregation if we're not out doing all this stuff. And relax. Oh, and they always accuse people of doing what they themselves do. Okay, they always turn it around, and he's doing it here. They spend a great deal of time and effort in literally cleaning up your child abuse. My child abusive mess! Mine! I've just looked in all my cupboards, under the stuff. I've looked in my boxes, suitcases. I've looked in the cat's litter, even in the cat's litter tray. There ain't none of these messes in there. But I tell you what, there's a lot of mess in the cleanest places in Bethel. Don't mess with me when I'm in this mood, mate. Do not do it. So they've literally inherited, and then they clean it up. That was a rude word coming up. You goddamn liar! You throw the kids out, you little bugger. You throw them out, or they leave under threat, or your family can't talk to you just when you need your family the most. Or we've seen it. It's happened particularly in Scotland. The congregation, including the family, sits there on the side of the court to support the damned abuser, and not one of them supports the now young adult exposing this crime because they've brought reproach on Jehovah's name. Well, guess what? Bloody buggering some poor child is bringing reproach on every single thing that is right in the universe, every single thing that is pure, every single thing that should be protected. You do it to one child, and the sickness is everyone should be throwing up. It's disgusting. If a doctor came in, I think I'd rabies on foaming. But it is disgusting. God. They're clearing up the mess. They don't do anything. All they do is go, even Watchtower would go out on service more. Since when was that cleaning up any mess? Sickos. So they're cleaning it up. No, it's the damn world that cleans it up, mate. The psychologists, the psychiatrists, the agencies, fellow survivors, support groups, people talking out against it, people trying to protect your children now in your congregations. And you've got people going into your halls saying, look up the Australian Royal Commission, protect your children, they are not safe. You dirty lying little toad. He says these facts, he didn't provide one bit of proof about what he said. Nothing. Can you see any proof? Oh, look, so-and-so study, this scientist says that statistic, that finding, that... Nothing. Stupid boy. These facts just show how little you really care about child sexual abuse, you big poo. Because you focus your slander. It's not slander, mate, because it's truth. Do you think we just emerged freshly erupted from our mother's wombs and know nothing about anything? Don't you try it, man, because I've been round the block on this stuff. Don't you even try going there. Because you focus your slander. It's not slander. You're the one doing the slander. Now, wait till you get this bit. This guy is on some awful drug, man. Really. You focus your slander against the only source that offers regular counsel to parents and families worldwide on preventing child sexual abuse. Are you off your goddamn trolley, boy? Where's the... What? You... Man, try looking at the blooming secret Shepherd the Flock of God book, and then you'll see what the advice given on how to handle child sexual abuse is. Turd. It seems that the shoe that is stuck in the sand... What? The shoe that is stuck in the sand that you are trying to put... No, I know you're on drugs, man. Like, that's... Either that or you're actually on the Watchtower's writing department because it's that bad. That you're trying to pull out and fit on the foot. What? Of the I think it's a better name for them. Actually belongs and fits on, in capital, your own foot. I feel like Cinderella. Which foot? Whose foot? Whose foot shall this shoe that's been stuck in the sand? I don't know, I'm surrounded by snow everywhere. Ain't no sand anywhere. Right, Donald Turdorama. I think I got a bit upset. Oh, there's four things there. Wonder if he's replied. No, and sometimes I'm patient, and sometimes... No, you pick the wrong day. The wrong woman on the wrong day. And... Any guy who's been married now is going, oh, yeah, I know that one. Yeah, that's right. You don't mess with women. You don't. Because we have this, like, maternal gene things that we're like, got these things, defend and protect and defend and stuff. Often, not everyone does, but a lot of us do. And cross that line, and you're done for, son. We're designed to be like that, to protect the babies. Don't have to be our own babies, no. Protect. So I was a bit rude here. Really? Oh, yeah, really? You really have lost the plot, haven't you? It's not your fault, though. So I was a bit nice, but sarcastic. For a start, you didn't provide one piece of evidence for anything at all that you said. I've said that already. Whereas we can provide evidence for everything that we say, including evidence from your own GB and top elders. No. I know. I'm sorry to get childish on such a serious subject. It's only way I can cope when I'm so angry, man. What are your sources for the lowest per capita rate of child abuse? If you don't show any, then it proves you don't know what you're talking about. What's the source for your stats on growth? Excuse me? What's all this about your religions, etc.? None of those groups are mine, and as I've looked in my cupboards. Why presume? Why not stick to facts like the rest of us? The problem is not one of abusers per se. It is the cover-ups that Watchtower have done over the years. How many times have we got to say it? Do you know, sometimes I think we say that more than they say. Faithful and discreet slave, faithful and discreet slave. Even though it appears, once in the Bible, is it? The proof is out there, straight from Watchtower's mouth to your ears. Plus, there had to be 2 witnesses to the child rape molestation, or they don't accept it, even though that is against both Old and New Testament teachings. Don't make me go there. Don't make me go there. Look at Trisha Frangier's channel. And I'm only saying this because she's publicly said it, okay? She is now in law enforcement. The elders knew she was being raped by her father throughout her childhood, yet made her live with him. And she's saying it out loud in congregations. And, oh, snigger, snigger. Oh, isn't she bad? Instead of going, oh, you poor lamb, you know. You would just go, oh, my, ugh. But Watchtower, I've done something to their brains. It's done something to their hearts. Look at the children who were not allowed psychological help because then the outside world would find out. And I didn't put the rest of it, and we all know that there's proofs there, but I couldn't imagine someone being that evil and cruel. I couldn't imagine that anyone would do that. I mean, it's like, you know, if a child's got like internal bleeding, go, oh, no, you can't see a doctor. I mean, who would think of that? Look at the lawsuits. Look at Watchtower. You'll know this stuff. Look at Watchtower refusing to hand over documents to the San Diego courts and the thousands of known paedophiles in York that they have on record. Look at the 2 Irish elders deleted last year for reporting a child molested to the Cong to the police. Oh, but he says, oh no, they tell you how to report it. You lying poo. Look at Candace, Conti, Fesslow, Padron, the 2 class actions in Canada right now, Australian Royal Commission, the Moston Congregation UK, the news reports on Watchtower allowing known paedophiles to go door to door. We don't care about our own kids. Why would we care about worldly kids? That's what they're there for. Dirty, dirty boys and women. Look at silentlambs.org. I've not been on there for ages, but I know they keep up really good on that. Excuse me, I'm choking away here. As for your suggestion that someone like myself would compromise their own integrity to persecute a minor cult, I've been advocating for children on and off for nearly 30 years, and I didn't do it so I wouldn't be killed at Armageddon. It wasn't like Blackmail City. I did it because it was right. Oh, aren't I sanctimonious? When I found Watchtower are as bad as the Catholic Church saw the evidence heaped to the sky, it was shocking. How dare you suggest with absolutely no evidence that people like myself, I say like myself because it's like dozens of you guys out there who are parents, responsible parents, doing everything not only to protect your own kids but other people's kids, that we don't care about the children. Try watching some of the videos and reading comments before you unbiblically accuse, because you're not allowed to do that according to the Bible. Don't you dare pick and choose. Bloody big Pharisee hypocrite guy. Try watching, you'll hear me crying on videos. Yeah, I'm a bit of banana on that. Trying to write words of support to survivors, and no words are ever enough, you know. And you won't see the times myself and others, I know loads of you do it. Loads of you do it. You weep privately. Like, people don't see the tears that all of us shed, man, for the past, present, and future children, and the future pain they carry. And that means the current and part, you know. Of course we flipping do. Capital letters. How dare you, when you haven't offered one word of comfort here for the adult survivors of Watchtower's child abuse cover-ups. And that is something I say every time. Look for them showing compassion to any victims. You won't see it. You will not see it. Once in a blue moon, but you won't. You will not see them offering, like, you know, oh, yeah, things are going, what can I do to help? Nothing like that. No, Jehovah. Oh, sanctify his name. Yeah, because, I mean, I'm just like Mrs. Stupid, right? But I expect loads of kids to hurt and suffer for the rest of their life just so that my name's okay. Don't talk such rot. Those survivors are everywhere. What are they supposed to think and feel reading your unsubstantiated accusations? I mean, this is just whole denial of their experience. I will not have it. Where's your comfort for them? If you started seeing the lies Watchtower is feeding you, the money scams, your money going out to hush up victims, you would vomit, or you should vomit. Don't you dare come on my channel again without words of care and support for the victims. Filthy. See, I got a bit upset. Oh, and as for paedophiles coming in from other orgs, I had an afterthought. Look up your founder's record, even if they know the founder's record name. Chances are they don't. Founder's record on his own paedophilia. It's in court records. Google his name and the word jellyfish. Unlikely as that is, we know that that's there. That's a bit of an eye-opener, isn't it? You're thinking, ooh. Because, I mean, let's face it, he was irresistible, ladies. You get in line, I saw him first. Look up one of the GB who had to be, moved out of Bethel, very Catholic that, and hidden in an unknowing congregation, Leo Greenlees, yeah. What a charmer he was. Look at Watchtower's second boss and his boozing during Prohibition in his extramarital affairs. One of the YouTubers here, his aunt was a mistress. Lovely young lass she was as well, apparently, with his horrible booze sodden. I guess this charisma and power thing, you know, attracts the ladies. It never did to me, that sort of thing. No. He was another one that wrongly predicted Armageddon, but Beth Sarim for the soon-to-be resurrected, and Beth Sarim, I don't know what the but's there, soon-to-be resurrected biblical princes. The mansion of land was sold off decades ago. There's footage and proofs available about it. The house still stands and its history known well by the owner. It's a bit of a side thing, but really. And that is his religion. It's shown about my religions everywhere. This one is his. Don't you dare malign survivors of this cult pederastic history with your filth. jwfax.com. Big turd. Oh, he's answered. What a little shit. It appears that you don't like the facts. Where's the facts? Where's the facts? Donald V never having a victory. Oh, continue to use whatever. Where's your facts? I asked you for yours. I've got flipping loads of videos of facts. So is everyone else, you little turd. Oh, and we'll continue to use whatever half-truths, deceptive propaganda, emotional sensationalism. You turd. You flipping turd. You can possibly dig up or create in order to continue slandering. It's not slander if it's true, you big turd. Well, I won't bother going through all this. I forgot his voice, didn't I? Okay, he doesn't have my voice. Well, I won't bother going through all this hate propaganda because I couldn't be bothered. They always say that. No, I wouldn't go through that. It's just hate. It's just, they always say that. They're so sure of things. They just can't be bothered. Something important like child abuse. I couldn't possibly be bothered sullying my eyeballs on old editions of Watchtower. You are classic JW. You must poo out pure Watchtower. I bet even your turd sayers they escape relievedly from your body, because it must be a relief. I bet even they're kind of they have little mouths and little voices that go, faithful and discreet slave, faithful and discreet slave, faithful and discreet slave. I don't know where that came from in my head. I have no idea. I'm not even on drugs. I've got no excuse, no alcohol, nothing. It's just my brain on like, you turd. This is on like, my turd meter has really gone big. Now, and I would advise anyone now, when you go into the Linux, a way to know if you're truly out of the org is to see if your turds are saying faithful and discreet slave, okay? If they're not, then chances are you're pretty safe. But I will point out a few facts. Please do. Please, young Donald V never has victory. Please point out some facts because we have all been waiting with that. I have not seen this either. This is all raw. Oh, so he does know about ARC. He has heard of it. Oh, how fascinating. Oh, and he even knows to call it ARC. You see, so they can't claim the ignorance. But let's see how he spins this, because this is going to be good. Right. I'm ready. ARC claimed 1,000, you have to say if you're posh, 1,006 child sexual abusers among Jehovah's Witnesses in total. In Australia since I believe it was 1955. So you did look at some facts, and your little turd still spoke. It's not true. Jehovah. Well, I tell you what, you let your turd sanctify Jehovah's name. Because I tell you what, they're a damn sight cleaner than your governing body. Oh, the claws are out now. So let's have a look now. You're actually going to give us some facts. Well, here we are. There are in total well over 80,000 Australians who became JWs over that period of time. Some were disfellowshipped. Some. If you, Mr. What's his? I can't remember his name again. Oh God, he's a long one here. Donald Rump. If you look at the Pew Research things, Jehovah's Witnesses have the lowest retention rate of religions. I don't know for every single religion, it'd be like at least one of the lowest. I mean, well low. Some passed away, and imagine, like they're like a bit embarrassing. Oh, when they're sort of like next stage, which I do believe there's a next stage, and it's fine that everyone else thinks something else. I'm not bothered. They're kind of what? It ain't a paradise earth. Oh, what's happened? Because when everyone wakes up, there'll be a cockney. I'm so sorry. The only way I can cope is just going off. But well over 80,000 in total. From 1955 to 2015 equals total 60 years. 1,000 divided by 60 equals 16. Oh, for God's sake, 16.6. He does write the Watchtower magazines. He does. And he's probably Anthony Morris's Privy Council. If you don't know what the original Privy Council was, I really advise you looking up. You'll be vastly entertained. And total, figures do me in. 80,000 divided by 16.5 equals less than 0.001% per year of the entire number of Jehovah's Witnesses in all of Australia since 1955 who have sexually abused children. It's a far cry from the 4.3% of Catholic clergy and the 5.2% of Protestant clergy. We're talking, you turd, about what you do. 57%, let's be goddamn accurate. 57% of those child-groping sick poos confessed to the elders, and not one of them was handed to the authorities, which helped neither the children in the congregations or the children in the community or the pederasts themselves, who should have been kept away from, they say there's not treatment to cure, but they should have been kept away from temptation. It's like when you're known now, you can't go near schools and you can't sort of lead the Boy Scouts and all this stuff. Duh! As reported by insurance companies in the United States! Exclamation mark. You keep pointing to them other guys, you big toad. You keep pointing to them other guys. You keep deflecting. It's the playground tactics again. Oh, miss, yeah, I thumped him 3 times, but her over there, she thumped him 4 times, so I'm all right. No, you shouldn't thump him in the first place. You're supposed to be the true religion. This is not to mention that there were only 2 cases in total against, you see, that's bull. Only 2 cases in total against the Watchtower bought before the ARC from all of Australia. No. That is not true. He's implying, God, I hate liars. He's implying that there were only 2. No, they used 2, and those 2 cases were so strong. Did you see? The justice guy? Is it McClellan? Leyland or McClellan's? I get mixed up because I know so many people called Cleland around here. Clennon is like, Anyway, do you see, I mean, him and the other people, their eyes were all tearing up, and they had been hearing all this stuff for months from different people. Did you see, you see this turd offering one word of support, even, okay, so even there's 2, say they were only two, which they weren't two, say only two of them, if they were only two, because that's two too many, and that's two people in agony. Do you see him mention one word of support? One word of, wow, I was really moved by their testimonies. That shouldn't have happened to them. You don't get that from these buggers. And they are as bad as any damn pederast. They are as bad. Because evil does not happen without the silence of everyone else, the collusion, the covering. Oh, this is my investment. If I speak up now, I won't get eternal life and paradise. You selfish turd. Did any of the Catholic abused children get then thrown out of their family homes, shunned, and not able to speak to any of their family the rest of their lives? You see how they twist it? God, you are just, you make me want to vomit. You're, compared to the 50 plus cases before one in the ark before the Roman Church in one diocese alone, capital letters. Sorry, pal, I ain't your pal. You wouldn't be allowed through. Anyone with your attitude would never come through my front door. Never. Dirty boy. Those are just the facts. No. Whether I want to attempt to twist them or not, you've just twisted them entirely. And wow, and look at the sympathy and the compassion and how can I support? Let me help. Those two that he knows of. Don't talk about all the rest, because victims were sat, if he bothered to look, but no. Victims were sat in those proceedings. They were sat there as well. And others spoke to the press. There was the one whose father, from the age of 3, had prostituted her out. Yeah, he was a good J-Dum, yeah. But no, there's only 2. God. And this is nothing, how they'll be dismissive about things. Silent Lambs thing. Go on to Silent Lambs. You look at those testimonies there. You look at those testimonies. And now it's the Silent Lambs thing. You piece of poo. No, I'm not going to insult poo by calling you poo. What a oh my God. I'm getting hot now. What a hilarious joke! Oh my God, there's testimonies. There's testimonies on there from people saying real things. And there was one that I shared from on there. And I put it out. It was in the public domain. It was in a newspaper. It was less than a year. It was so many months. And then the woman who had given the testimony, she'd put a picture and her name was in it. I'm not going to say who it is now. And she came on the page. She came on the video and she said, "That's me. That was her. Her story's on there," and he's saying it's a hilarious joke. How can they say this? I'm not going to cut this out. I'm not going to cut this out afterwards. I'm not going to stop it. No. How dare you? How dare you? I'm sorry to people that are the victims. If this is out of place, this is inappropriate. I'm really sorry if this doesn't help. No, it's. Can you imagine someone like if in a courtroom there were these testimonies that are on Silent Lambs, and someone in the courtroom stood up and said, "What a hilarious joke." What would happen? You tell me what would happen. And that's what this person's doing. And he's saying he's of the true religion on earth. And how convenient of you, of me. And how to make the case against the family up here. How convenient of you, mate. How convenient of you to omit every single other case. Every single case. And the defying of court orders to produce their documents. How convenient of you, you bastard. How dare you? Family up here in Canada who are pushed and egged on by silent lambs to sue the boobs for the very thing you claim. What about all the ones that won? What about the type that the Fessler case where the actual child abuser had more integrity than Watchtower? Watchtower lied their asses off as they do in court. They lied, and it wasn't until the abuser herself got on the platform and said, yeah, that happened, I did that. And then quick, can we huddle in the back room and pay you off? The child abuser had more integrity than Watchtower, and how goddamn convenient of you to admit it. And yes, we shall be angry. If every goddamn J-Dub was angry, then every child would be protected. Derek Hare's gonna wonder if I'm his long lost twin or something. And you know what happened there, don't you? Please allow me to remind you the court ruled against the family and awarded the Woods in excess of 150,000 plus court costs. Yep, you guessed it. That's when silent lambs were completely abandoned that family and left them facing financial ruin. Oh, the Watchtower Bible and Tract says I did not want to financially devastate the family. Well, I nearly said a really rude word. That's a first, because they goddamn financially ruin everyone else. And then they ruin the children, the offspring, by, please give us your house. Donate. You can even donate your gold jewellery to us. Leave your children even worse poverty. They didn't get an education. They've got post-traumatic stress disorder. Now leave them everything got, including your jewellery. So there's not even some personal little item, like a little bit of jewellery. Say, you know, a daughter can wear of mother's. No. Give it all to us. Greedy. So they turn the awarded money down. Oh, do you mean like Candace Conti actually asked for a load less than the court's awarded her? Do you mean like that case, Donald Mr. Rump Turd? I'm going to look into that case and we'll find out the facts of it. But you balance that up. You balance that up against everything else. But no, you forget about that. And you mention one thing about all the suffering. Oh. You create emotional sensationalism by constantly repeating the few cases. You've only come up with one case. You come up with one case. It's not a few. Since when was it a few cases? I've given you only names of well-known ones so that you can look them up, you twat. Don't ask me what a twat is. Just use your imagination. Make it appear much worse than it is. How can it be worse than it is? And how much is acceptable? How many children, how much of child collateral for sanctifying Jehovah's name is enough? How many? 1, 5, 10, 100,000? Because of the known, and we're only talking about known cases in Australia, and don't forget 57% of those pederasts confessed to their elders. There were 2,000, it was just over something like 2006 or something like, no, that was it's 1,006 of the accused. So many figures everywhere. It's around 2,000. I remember pederasts, it's very, I'll just be sick with one. No. When they're sick like that, they do it with loads, man. And that's another reason why Watchtower have been sued, been fined so much. It's because they knew there were these ughs, and they just let them carry on, so that those ughs went on and abused other kids. And yes, I'm emotional about it. So would you damn well, but you should be damn well emotional about it. And if you want to be cold, you go and speak to a robot. You go and do that. You go and do that. You be happy. I tell you what, some of you guys, some of the elders, because Watchtower don't give a damn about the elders. They've already showed in the ASA, they showed how they'll just throw the elders under a bus. They left Sphinx and what's the other guy? They left them out there. They didn't care. Loesch wouldn't show up at another thing. No, Watchtower, don't tell me what to do. They've got nothing to do with me. Some of the elders will end up going to prison. Mark my words. And if it's known in prison what they did, they will be raped. Some of them gang raped. Now, I don't want to see people gang raped. I'm not saying, it'll serve them right. I'm not going to go there. But they need to think, my God, I'm an adult trapped in this and it's happening. Imagine being a child when you... What do you know about sex and things and going through that? And you're equally, at least as equally, no, you'll be more trapped. Really. And I am saying every single Jehovah's Witnesses, like this guy he's seen at least some of the AIC. Oh, but no, he can't be bothered. He can't be bothered to go on to other sites. And then when he went on to Silent Lambs, he laughed at it. You go on to Silent Lambs, see how much laughter you're going to do. I don't laugh when I go on there. And these are third-party reports. Things like The Guardian, that's a very reputable national paper. I don't find anything funny. See how sick they are. In fact, there isn't an opposer or apostate around who doesn't know the Candace Conte case. You know why we don't? Because her courage was so phenomenal. Her courage was amazing. Now, it doesn't mean that anyone who had to settle up court, who couldn't go to court because of the trauma, doesn't mean that they're less courageous. Because we're all constructed differently. We respond differently to trauma. It doesn't mean one's better or worse or braver or weaker than the other. I'm laying that out because that's really important for everyone to know. Okay? Because what happens is people who go through trauma do the best they can. The best they can. And that is great. And breathing is that's like, yeah, good for you. You're breathing. Every breath you take, you're like, that's the best result possible. You keep doing that. So Candace, she went out there and everyone has a lot to thank her for. And her abuser, we look up, I wonder if he's going, mention Jonathan Kendrick. Yes, the lovely Jonathan Kendrick, who's is so welcome in his congregation. And he's a Jehovah's Witness in good standing. Didn't just abuse Candace, of course. Went on to, he abused others as well. He's a serial abuser, including his wife's step-granddaughter. They've got this very healthy. It was nice, But no, then we goes. So because the Candace Conte case is so important and seminal, apparently that's bad. You see, J.W. reasoning ain't right, man. It ain't right. But here we have the deflection. Oh, but me, said Playground again. But me, she hit once more than me. Well, I couldn't even begin to start naming the billions of dollars per year of court cases brought up against the Rona prostitute church in the US alone. Because, you stupid little boy, their cases came up earlier. And you know what happened when it was all started coming to light? We've seen the gloating Watchtower. Oh, look, that diocese is going to go bankrupt. And gloat. When, in fact, that was like a huge rafter. You know what? The governing body aren't responsible for the Catholics. The governing body aren't responsible for the Protestants. But you, Donald Trump, and the GB and all the minions, as Kevin McCree will say, minions now living will never die. Well, that's not true, is it? They're responsible because it's their turf. Just like if something untoward happens in my home, no way, on my turf, you don't do it. And if everything's peaceful and I see something in that periphery and that's something in that periphery and something in that periphery, you bet, mate, you bet Big Mouth he is going to say about it. And I've flapped my gums about Catholic abuse, you bet. But no, because Jehovah's people are so important. Well, just this guy. Yeah, okay, I'm emotional and going all over the place, but there is actually a logical reason. There isn't it with him. Child sexual abuse exists in every segment of society. We know that, but it's what you do. It's what you do. It's like if someone came into my home and I was out and they did something rude with a child. I go, well, it happens in other homes, so I'll just leave it. What? I think not. I definitely think not. No thanks to the internet. Well, that's true. That's true because abuse hardly ever happened, did it, before the internet? This guy doesn't even know. He doesn't even know the history of child sexual abuse. If he, oh my God. Oh. So, yeah, it just became really rampant during the internet. That's not at all, for God's sake, Jehovah's Witnesses, they never know anything. They don't know about their own history. They don't know about other history. This guy he's like, what the hell is wrong with them? Because as individuals, witnesses are no more perfect than the next fellow. No, but why do they claim to be? Oh, they don't claim to be. They flipping well do. In fact, I read about child sexual abuse cases among the teaching profession. What's that got to do with anything? On almost a weekly basis in the news. Yeah, I read about a Jehovah's Witness that was just in January. Palm Beach. It's Palm Beach. He's just been put away. Now, he was a teacher in a private school. I've got a couple of videos out about him. His case has gone on for a few years. The elders knew about him. They knew he was a teacher. There will be other victims. The police are saying there will be other victims. The child who did come forward and say he's done this because it was someone in the congregation, and I think he was at the school where the guy was where the Jehovah's Witness was teaching. Elders did nothing. They knew this guy was teaching at a school and did nothing. So when the boy gets to a young man, he goes to the police because he had a lot more common sense than these spirit-anointed elders. Spirit-anointed. If you go on Reddit, actually, it's quite funny that there's all these sort of physically and mentally out guys, and they're getting asked to be elders. Okay, they don't believe it at all, but they've got all their families tied up, and they're trying to get the families out before they get rumbled and stuff. And they're going like, this just proves that the Holy Spirit has got nothing to do with appointing an elder. It's about internal politics and how you appear and everything, because there's no way these guys will be elected. Sorry, that went off a bit. The teaching profession, darling, don't claim to be God's sole representatives on earth, do they? Do they? No, they don't. They don't. So it's apples and pears, boy. It's worse there than you could ever hope for it to be. I wouldn't hope for it to be existing at all among Jehovah's Witnesses. I don't hope for it to be bad amongst Jehovah's Witnesses. That's the whole point of our talking, so it's not. And that if there are, because people are going to get in, we're not saying, it's what you do. As for CT, oh, here we go now. His ex-wife, who made the claim in court as part of a lawsuit to attempt to gain control of the woods, later retracted that claim, so that's an outright apostate lie. Why is that an apostate lie? That's not an apostate lie. Why did she retract that claim? I never saw that. Did anyone else see that? And so the malicious rumours by apostates in regard to Judge Rutherford. Well, Julian is his own auntie. It's Julian's auntie. And he said, like, a lovely, he said to me, he knew in later life, she was so pretty. And there was this guy, like, loads older. And he had nothing to do with his wife and son. He treated them like dirt. It's not. And what about Beth Sarim and millions now living would ever die? Judge Rutherford? We're going to ignore that bit. What is he going to say about that? I won't bother to continue with other things that would involve your twisted, unreasoning mind, but I will state this very plainly. What, are you going to say something plain now, supporting kids? Your biased and unbridled hate propaganda against our tiny organisation. It is tiny, of 8.5 million people worldwide. He apparently thinks that's big. As I said to him, with no money at all and no one coerced into doing any work, my farty campaigning, which only affects the UK, other stuff I was doing, which did involve helping children as well, that was reaching up to 5 million people, seriously, and we had 10% of those directly interacting. 5 million, and that's only in the UK, 5 million. So, and that's in just a handful of years, and I say, no monies, no budget. So big deal. Completely denies your claim that you do this because you care about the children. Really? Yeah, of course I do. If you really cared about the children, your efforts, oh my God, your efforts and concentration would be on the Roman Church and Protestant Church, paedophilic empires. No, darling, listen. Because your brain is severely hampered by all those poos rushing to escape from your fetid body. I have moaned my socks off about the Catholic Church, but I have not been part of the Catholic Church since I was at school. Got it? Get it? Got it? Right. But I have seen the Watchtower kill people, okay? That is why I don't see the Catholic Church. The Catholic Church is known. It has big media now working away. Had I known 20 years ago and been in a position to do more than I did, and there was the internet and stuff, man, you've no idea. That is on the road. That has got lots of people doing it. But I have never, ever seen in the Western world a section of society as much maligned, abused, and cruelly treated as ex-Jehovah's Witnesses. I will state everything on that. I have stated this to psychologists, to medical people, to everyone I know, raising awareness, and that includes professionals, okay? I have never seen a section of Western society maligned, wrongly maligned, viciously maligned as ex-JWs in general, and that's without any abuse going on, okay? And so many of them have CPTSD. You want me to be quiet? No, I will not. And how dare you do this? Oh, they've hit 4 people. Miss, don't you resort to your playground with me. I do care about the children. What are you doing for children? Other than you know, protecting an organisation by breaking their rules. Hypocrite. God, how long is this video going to be? Your efforts and... Yeah, so runs a secret child sacrificial society called the Ninth Circle Cult. Well, you're originate. Oh, for God's sake! What are you? So you know what? What are you doing about it? Oh, we're going about Jehovah's Kingdom. Well, that was going to happen in the 19th century, boy. Ignorant sod. That's why they're not only put the child on a sacrificial altar and rape them repeatedly, but also dismember them with knives piece by piece while they're still alive. But I guess that doesn't really matter now, does it? Hypocrite! Do you know what? Man, the things I've... You know, what do you do? I mean, I'd have to go around recording my whole life to show things on. The rest of you'd be the same. And those that are able to, who have been abused in all walks of life, and including J-Dubs, speak out to stop other children being hurt. Okay? I've gone through things that he couldn't imagine were real. And you know what? I work my butt off to stop it happening to other kids. I absolutely work my butt off, and I will never stop till the day I die. So don't you dare, you little turd. It matters. Every single child matters. That is why I have not shut up since I was at school. Can you imagine? mates in real life, they just, family, it's like, here she goes. She's upset. You can't stop her. I do. But then I won't stop because I'm determined. That's all I can say. It's like, you can't. Don't you dare stop it. Don't you dare stop us trying to stop it, you know? How can you say that other people? He's the one who's no. Did you see any words that he said? Oh yeah, he said you know, this awful event of what the Roman Church and Protestant Church, paedophilic empires. I mean, they come from all the sick, because they were so in with the big, rich families. And the things they got on, the things they did to each other, killing each other. Oh, horrible people. Horrible. Why do you think I'm not a Catholic anymore? I found it. Do you know, as a child, I realised they're a bunch of poo and I left. Duh. It was a no-brainer, but you know, when I left at 15 or whatever it was, I didn't have to be shunned by my entire family. Duh, do you not see the difference? And I'm the hypocrite. Everything matters, which is why I've spoken out. Did you not read what I said? Man, these are sick. JW crisis. What's going on? What's he going? He's gone some more. Right, I'm going to stop and have a read through Donald. God knows, how long has this been? I don't care. I don't damn work out. I don't care if anyone's listening now. This needs to be in the public domain. Because these are the turds who are God's these are God's representatives on earth. Did you see one word? The only time they mention about children suffering is to deflect. They are the ones using children. Do you see? Oh, look, yeah, there's abuse happening, but they're using it to deflect. They're not saying this awful thing is happening to children, and I am doing this about it, and I have done that. They are using those children, and they presume that we are using the abused children within JW land. Just because we're hateful, we want to bring Watchtower down. No, we want to protect the children. We want justice for those victims now who have anxiety problems. They can't leave their house. They can't function. They can't work. They need medical treatment, which costs. They need acknowledgement. They need healing acknowledgement, not ridicule from a deflective turd like this. And they need to stop being shunned. Do you notice how he said nothing, did he? He said nothing about Jeffrey Jackson's testimony on the Bible. He said nothing about the elders and the mess they made of it all. He said nothing, did he? He said about one case that happened in Canada, which I'm going to look into. And all the rest was laughable. You see how sick these people are. You see how sick they are. Oh, no, look, I think I've missed a thing there. Oh, God, it's late. I will miss it.